Do you hate the Black Ops 6 HUD? Do you want to go back to the traditional, regular HUD? Do you want to take off the health bars, the damage numbers, that stupid minimap? Well, in Black Ops 6, you can do all of that and even more. The HUD customization is absolutely crazy here in Black Ops 6, but I will also caution you, changing some of these settings might take away something that you actually want to see. Let's show you what I mean. So here we have, this is the default HUD. We've got damage numbers, we've got the score counter here, the elimination counter too, that zombie critical kill, all the score right here. You've got the hit markers, you've got the minimap, the compass. We've got medals that are gonna pop up here pretty soon. Let's see, there you go, there's some medals right there, very good. I would highly recommend changing your HUD settings on the fly here because it actually makes it really good. You're gonna pause the game, go to settings, interface, gameplay HUD, and here you have all of this different stuff here. You have widget visibility, we'll get to that, crosshairs, hit markers, all of this good stuff. However, the first thing you might wanna play around with are these HUD presets. You can kind of get a good look at it here. They kind of put everything up for you. You've got your standard, you've got your inverted. This just flips everything. So your health and armor is on the right, your equipment's on the left, the rounds on the left, the minimap's on the right. It's crazy. We've got the classic, which everyone is rocking. No minimap. In fact, let me show you this. The classic one, you all want to see this. Here's what's really cool about the classic thing right here. First of all, no minimap, right? But also, check this out. We have damage numbers, but we do not have the score and we do not have the zombie elimination popping up. And additionally, I'm gonna check it out here. I do not believe, yeah, it doesn't look like we have medals or notifications popping up. So this classic standard, or yeah, the classic HUD preset is like 90% of what everybody wants to do with Black Ops 6 Zombies. Honestly, I don't blame them. This is really darn beautiful. This feels like zombies. However, you still have those damage numbers. You still have the health bars, which everyone is in a fuss about. Let's go to interface, gameplay HUD, scroll on down here. Hit markers, let's turn those off if you don't want those. Zombie health bar, let's turn those off. Zombie damage numbers, let's turn those off. Let's see how that looks now. Take a look at this. This is clean, regular, traditional zombies gameplay. This feels really good. And can I just compliment the artists at Treyarch, because the little puffs of smoke, like their heads exploding when you get headshots, super satisfying. Even though we don't have hit markers, even though we don't have damage numbers or the health bars even, you can tell how much damage you're doing super quickly. Look at that, that's so satisfying. This is probably the way most of you beautiful people are gonna wanna play zombies because it is just so immersive here. So of course I wanted to showcase this one first. However, there are some drawbacks, and in order to show you the drawbacks, we're gonna have to turn everything back on. Also, if you're in this interface right here, well, actually, let's do this. We're back to classic. We can go to mission interface where it has the compass on top. In fact, I think that's like one of the only things different about it. In fact, that one might be better than standard with the compass on top. I don't know. You can see the compass is up here. If you go to mission interface, the compass is up here. You can see the red dots. I don't know. Scout is going to have everything on the bottom right here, including the compass. Really small perks right here. Small this, round counter up in the top right. Target tracker. Again, rearrange this with the radar and the minimap right in the middle. This is very interesting, especially for multiplayer. Central command might be good for some people because as you're focused on the center of your screen, you have all of your stuff right here in the middle and you don't need to look far for it. And then we have magnified here, which just makes everything really, really big. But going back to standard and making sure we have everything turned on again. Once you turn the HUD back on, you're going to have some weird stuff pop up. Like when you kill a zombie again, it'll like pop up all of the numbers and badges will like come back up. But within this user interface here, these visuals, you can see we can change the minimap opacity. So if we like this default layout, but we just don't like the minimap, we could take this slider and we could just turn it right off. Boom, there you go. No minimap gameplay, just regular old this, no compass, no minimap. If you like the way the default HUD is, you just want to turn off the minimap, you like damage numbers, keep them on there just like that. Or if you can turn it back on, you could turn it halfway if you want just a little bit subtle of a minimap right there. Weapon information, take a look at the bottom right corner of the screen. We can slide that and just take away the weapon information. The equipment information, same thing. We can turn all of this off. Elimination ID, I believe that's on the top right maybe. We have medals and notifications that we can turn all the way off, but we need to be careful with that. That is one of the biggest worries about what I have about this HUD thing. So be very careful. I will talk about this in the future because turning that off turns off a lot of really important stuff, at least for me being a YouTuber. Player stats and streak toasts, whatever that is. Some of the stuff might be for multiplayer. We've got the score feed and the elimination feed. And then if we turn off damage numbers, if we turn off the zombie health bar, turn off the mini map, then we turn off our crosshairs. Take a look at this. This is as minimal of a HUD that we can get. We see the round counter, our gobblegums, kill streak, perks, and player stats. All right, so I'm a donut. When we're in this HUD menu, I went through all of these different options and I just forgot to scroll down even further. There are two more options that we can use and see here in Black Ops 6. This first option takes off all of the notifications. It takes off the score feed, so you just get the clean kind of center in there. It's not too drastically different. It's kind of nice, but What we really need to talk about is the final HUD preset down here. This is where we get to see absolutely nothing but the gameplay. Look at how absolutely stunning this gameplay looks now. This is amazing. We're gonna have to play a couple games with no HUD because of how darn beautiful it looks. Not only that, we can further take off the enemy health bars, the damage numbers, so that way we can't even see anything. Thankfully, we can tab and we can see our points and our salvage and all that stuff, but we can't see our perks. We can't see what rounds it's at. We can't see what our equipment is or our health or armor or anything like that. But this is the bare minimum HUD with absolutely nothing on it. Look at this. What do you guys think? And let's return to normal donuts here with the rest of the video. But you can customize this even further. For example, I just switched the HUD preset to the mission interface, and then I went to the interface here and I put the compass type on the minimap. So instead of the compass being in the middle, I put it right over the minimap. So you still have the compass and the name of everything. Like you see, this is the East Main Street. You can go into here. You can see this is Riverside. So you still have the compass in there. It's very, very customizable. There's so many different ways you can do it. However, now I have to warn you about turning off something in particular. Right now, I think if we do that, we can throw that down there. We see currently all of these medals right here. And because we turned off the medals before, it's gonna give us a little bit extra medals right there. Oh, and perfect. You see our C9 weapon level just leveled up here. Oh, and then boom, there's a round 30 that just happened. What's going on there? All of those things, those three things, plus gobblegums are all classified as notifications. See, look at this. Look at all of these things that we're getting notifications for now. When we go into our interface here, the medals and notifications consist of the medals, the round changing little animation, your weapon leveling up, your gobblegums getting awarded to you. So at the end of every 5th round, you have that gobblegum animation that plays. Turning this off turns off that gobblegum animation. You don't know the camos that you have unlocked. You don't know the attachments that you get unlocked. If I had one major minor nitpick of this whole system is that Treyarch, if you could somehow just separate just the medals from this stat, that would make me really happy. I really don't like the medals, but I really, really love seeing all of the other stuff. I love seeing the camos pop up and the weapon leveling pop up and the round changing animation pop up. I'm positive in my little, okay, I'm not like super positive, but I'm pretty sure that all of those things are like coded to be the same thing. And that's why the slider works for them all. So I'm sure they would need to create a whole different line of code just for the medals in order to have a whole different slider. And I know they've given us so much with this amazing HUD that is maybe perhaps a little bit nitpicky to ask, but genuinely, I don't like the medals, but I do like all of the other notifications. So I don't know, maybe I'm alone in that. Let me know in the comment section below if I'm just a freak and I'm just being petty for no reason, but that would be really, really cool to see. But we're not even done yet. Check out this, enable Pack-a-Punch camo. So as you can see, we have a Pack-a-Punch camo from the map, Liberty Falls. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I don't see why everybody hates it. It's not the best, but you know, we go into our interface, we can disable our Pack-a-Punch camo. And check this out. Okay, that's unfortunate. Usually it disables the Pack-a-Punch camo. I don't know why it's not. Maybe that's a little glitch here. Every other time I've tried it, it actually disables your Pack-a-Punch camo. I guess that's a little bug that we discovered together. That's okay, it's launch day, but this setting is also when you're loading up your loadouts in the main menu, you can enable or disable that. So if you have a Pack-a-Punch camo that you want to show off, like Nebula or some other just really sick camo, there might be a donut camo in there I might want to rock a little bit, you can disable the Pack-a-Punch camo, and you can still melee the Pack-a-Punch like we have in the past and keep your camo, just like Cold War, just like Modern Warfare 3. But let's see right here. Okay, so that 31, that little animation right there, like I said, that is a notification. It does seem to be a little buggy right now. I think something happened. The round usually doesn't get hung up in the middle like that, so I apologize. Oh, there's a daily challenge popping up. See, we wouldn't see that if we turned off the notifications. But this, what we did just now, I turned off the minimap, I turned off the zombie health bars and damage numbers and the like score and elimination feed, and this feels so much more like zombies. And again, I might even turn off the hit markers here. You can turn off crosshairs too, like we said before, but I am absolutely blown away by how much customization we have here in Black Ops 6. They really went above and beyond. Now, you might be asking yourself, Donuts, I really like this HUD preset. I love this classic one, but I do want to see those notifications. So what you could do, you could go into here, these presets, just change up these dials for you automatically. So we can turn on the medals and notifications with this classic preset already selected. So if you are worried about the HUD, take a look at this right now. What do you think about this gameplay right here? I've got no damage numbers. I've got, oh my goodness. Ooh, let's go into Frenzied Guard a little bit here, show you some gameplay. Look at this. Really clean. You can see the zombies' heads popping with all the blood. You can hear the manglers popping. You can shoot them in the arm. You can see the blasts when you finally get the Mangler cannon popped off. Oop, there's a notification that we ranked up here. You can fine tune all of these custom presets way more than we had originally thought. Personally, I am so relieved and so happy with all of the different customization settings we have here for the HUD. Take a look at that, round 32. And it's gonna pop back down in that corner just like that. They thought of so many things. I know there's not a blood splatter. I know it's not exactly like the most artistic HUD, but it's minimal. It's got no fluff in it, and it's completely modular. And for one final setting here, if we go into graphics, view, we have arachnophobia mode. So if we flip this on, all of the spiders that we have on the map here, they're gonna look a little bit less like spiders. You can see that's what they look like now. It's a little silly. They're kind of just floating. They still have the spider animation, but there you go. That's what they look like now. So if you're really afraid of spiders, you get little like worm creatures instead that just kind of float in the air. See, look at that. Look at that guy. A little bit less like a spider. Really cool. So what HUD customization are you gonna play around with? What would you add or change with any of these settings? Be sure to subscribe for even more tutorials and guides about Black Ops 6 Zombies. For example, if you want to get ahead of the competition and you want to study the map layouts of both Liberty Falls and Terminus, be sure to check out either one of these videos and stay beautiful.